Well, we knew Elon Musk only had 140 days to do his job in Doge at the White House. But I don't think any of us expected him to drop this big of a bomb on his way out. That's right, you guys. Elon totally nuked the White House on his way out the door, and the tweets he dropped will live on forever. Yes, they will be in history books. I am sure of it. Elon just exposed Trump for being in the Epstein files. But if he was in the Epstein files, why did you let him around your kids? You said Bill Gates was on the Epstein files and you would never let him around your kid. Some people believe that they are trying to force Pam Bondi's hand in doing more when it comes to the Epstein list. Others think Elon has had it. But since I'm a new Trump supporter, I figured I'd come here and we can break it all down together. We are going to talk all the tweets that Elon sent, what this could mean for Doge, and what this could mean for Pam Bondi. What does it mean for us? Let's get into it now and we'll break it all down. Hi you guys, it's me, Heavenly, and we are here with a crazy update. I came to my channel to talk about this today because I was supposed to do my 100 Days of Trump, which ended up turning into a very big MAGA video that is gonna just sit for a second. I need a couple days. I was working on it for so long. I thought, why not jump right into this? It's something fun. It's something we can do together and find answers to what the hell is going on. So stick around because we are gonna go over everything that's happened in the past 24 hours. And I will not be covering conspiracies here, you guys. So if you want to see my conspiracy about Pam Bondi, Matt Gaetz, Elon Musk, you're gonna have to go subscribe to Into the Mystic, where we deep dive into all of the creepy crap in our planet, all the spooky stuff, and of course, the conspiracies. Well, my video took up so much space on my computer, we are gonna do this on my phone. But first, some caffeine, please. So Elon Musk has his first post pinned, is it time to create a new political party in America that actually represents the 80% in the middle? He also said, this is why Republicans will likely lose the House in 2026 and the Democrats will spend 2 years investigating and impeaching President Trump. It's a borrowing limit, it's not a function, it's a rule violated by a weak Congress regularly. So he's reposting people who are commenting to him. He's just super upset, it seems like to me. Excuse me. No, don't drink my Monster, cat. He posted a video of Trump with Epstein in 1992. He said the Trump tariffs will cause a recession in the second half of this year. And then he's talking about Palantir, which is really, really important in this bill, but it is something we will be talking about on the Conspiracy Channel because it involves Bill Gates and, you know, the pokey stuff we get sometimes. The relationship between Trump and Epstein is well established. Trump flew on Epstein's plane 7 times, which we already knew, right? We had already seen the plane logs. Now, the one thing that I want to bring up now, next I want to go over everything we do know about the Epstein list. There's plenty of information out there. I mean, he already was indicted once, so, and that's actually a very important part, which I learned yesterday. Trump actually helped the first Epstein case. He was the only guy. I think they lived on an island or something. I want to say it was Martha's Vineyard. I could be wrong, but he was the only one with property on that area willing to help with the Epstein case. He kicked Epstein out of Mar-a-Lago like 30 years ago or something due to how he was acting. Let's go to Benny Johnson's video he put out yesterday, right after it all happened. And he was a Trumper long before me, so I'm sure he's got quite a bit more info than me. I love that Benny Johnson overuses AI.
What's up, guys? It's Benny. In the history of explosions, there's this shot heard around the world, there's the invention of dynamite, there's the splitting of the atom, and then there's this post on X by Elon Musk, which makes all the rest of them look small in comparison. Elon Musk says to his 220 million followers, time to drop the really big bomb, Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. That's the real reason that they have not been made public. Have a nice day, DJT. 37 million.
Now imagine being Donald Trump and reading that and knowing you have to go out and speak to people and make deals. I think he was meeting with Xi Jinping at the time, so as if things weren't overwhelming enough.
Views, 170,000 reposts, 427,000 likes. Elon Musk replying, one of 86,000 comments. Mark this post for the future, the truth will come out. That escalated quickly. How did the greatest political partnership in history, President Trump and Elon Musk, descend into absolute madness? How did we witness the total and complete atomization of the strongest allyship for freedom that the world has ever known? Well, we're going to investigate that today, and we're going to also investigate this claim by Elon Musk that Donald Trump is in the Epstein files, because there's a lot of evidence there, and we're going to show you what the truth is. But I want to start with a colloquialism from farmers that I grew up with. The dudes that I grew up with would always say, you can't put two bulls in one pasture. And what that means is you take these very aggressive animals that want to live by themselves. They're alphas, and if you put them together, they'll gore each other to death. One will win, and the other will lose.
I need to close that front door. There's too much lighting now. All right, let's keep going. I'm sorry I look like a shadow creature.
And Trump and Elon are alphas. They're bulls. And right now, they're goring each other to death. How did it start? Elon Musk doesn't like the big, beautiful bill, and he's been raging against it. I'm sorry, but I can't take this anymore. Massive, outrageous, pork-filled congressional spending bill is a disgusting abomination. Shame on those who voted for it. You know you did wrong. You know it, says Elon Musk a couple of days ago. This also going nuclear. This is, of course, tanking approval for the bill, and Trump doesn't like that. He says he's very disappointed in Elon, and he predicted that Elon would be attacking him personally just an hour ago inside of the White House.
The most beautiful things about me. And he hasn't said bad about me personally, but I'm sure that'll be next. But I'm very disappointed in Elon. I've helped Elon a lot.
Mr. President, I just want to clarify, did he raise any of these concerns with you privately before he raised them publicly? And this is the guy you put in charge of cutting spending. Should people not take him seriously about spending now? Are you saying this is all sour grapes?
No, he worked hard and he did a good job. And I'll be honest, I think he misses the place.
Donald Trump saying he thinks Elon Musk misses the White House. Trump went on to say that Elon Musk had a black eye during an Oval Office final departure meeting that they did last week. Donald Trump saying he offered him makeup to cover up his black eye. Seems like a bit of a slight. Elon and I had a great relationship. I don't know if we will have a great relationship anymore. Oh no, Mommy and Daddy are fighting. Elon Musk has been subtweeting Trump by posting his old posts on X about the debt ceiling, saying wise words. These are posts from 2013. Here's a post from 2012. I couldn't agree more. Donald Trump saying no member of Congress should be eligible for re-election if the country budget is not balanced. Right? Slim, beautiful bill for the win, Elon Musk saying that he wants to tank Trump's bill. It contains the largest increase in debt ceiling in history. This is a debt slavery bill, says Elon Musk. Money that Doge has saved the government, Trump's big, beautiful bill. Elon Musk posting this meme saying exactly. A new spending bill should be drafted that doesn't massively grow the deficit or increase the debt by $5 trillion. Now, when President Trump popped off in the White House today about Elon, he said, I would have won Pennsylvania regardless of Elon. I'm very disappointed with Elon. He knew this bill better than anyone, and Elon took that personally, saying without me, Trump would have lost the election, Dems would control the House, and
I gotta speak on that part because I definitely disagree with Elon there. I don't think a lot of people voted Trump because of him. I think a lot of Trumpers didn't completely trust him to begin with. I didn't. I mean, We know what Neuralink is when it comes to the Bible. If you're a Christian and you know the Bible, we know the signs of the mark of the beast. So yeah, everyone was a little concerned with Elon and Trump being so close, at least in my opinion, my perspective. Also, sorry guys, don't mind me. I'm allergic to cats. I have 3 cats. It's an issue I deal with. I didn't take allergy pill. Forgive me, okay? I have really bad asthma. And yeah, I smoke pot. Okay? I'm sorry. Anyways. I do think that this bill, I know nothing about money, I know nothing about taxes, and I know nothing about government, and that is why I'm not in politics. But I have been watching politics lately because of Trump, and I trust him with what his plans are, especially considering that he did so much for us the last time he was president. Like, he made things so much better. You recognized it on every level, from the cities to the states, nationwide, internationally, everything was better. Let's continue.
Republicans would be 51-49 in the Senate. Such ingratitude.
Shoot, let me get a charger. Darn it. Let's get back into this.
So both these men, bulls in a china shop, right? 2 bulls in 1 pasture is what's going on here. President Trump on Truth Social saying the easiest way for the government to save money is to get rid of Elon's government subsidies and contracts. I can't believe Biden didn't do it. Yikes. And that's what led to the really big bomb. The Donald Trump is on the Epstein list bomb. This is quite a claim.
Well, it's good to know what got us there, but there's one piece of information we didn't get from Benny Johnson. This bill, this big beautiful bill, cuts $1.3 billion of EV funds that were going towards Elon Musk. Yes, Elon Musk was getting $1.3 billion more dollars previously from the Democrats. Now, I had a feeling that if he played nice and he did his job without getting paid, maybe he thought they'd continue to fund him or something. Either way, he didn't get what he wanted, and I feel like it's a result, like him behaving this way is a result of that. But that's just what's going through my head right now, so I felt I should just share that into the universe, let it sit there for a minute. I'm pressing play.
Let's examine this claim first off, because it's doing a lot of damage, and we got to ask, I don't know, AI? AI is pretty smart. Let's go ahead and use Elon's AI just to start with, because we have quite a bit of evidence about this. Donald Trump and his administration released the Epstein flight logs. They did this in term 1 and term 2. Donald Trump's name is appearing 1 time in that manifest. Donald Trump knew Jeffrey Epstein. Every powerful person knew Jeffrey Epstein way back in the day, 30-some years ago. Evidence shows Donald Trump's name is in Jeffrey Epstein's flight logs, part of the Epstein files. There's no indication of wrongdoing. The files were released by...
Insurance companies know who the good lawyers are, and they know which lawyers are out for a quick buck. Hire the firm that wins.
Jeffrey Epstein's flight logs, part of the Epstein files. There's no indication of wrongdoing. The files were released by Trump's administration February 27, contradicting claims that they were withheld to protect him. While speculation persists, there's no incriminating details about Trump have emerged. In fact, it's the opposite, if you actually look into it. The opposite of what Elon Musk is claiming is actually true.
Which, I was like, huh? No way. Being a new Trump supporter, obviously, I've heard it all from the dressing rooms to the 13-year-old on Epstein's Island, and so much more that they say about Trump and defame him. But I'm going to do the right thing, and I'm going to look at this case with the facts, and we're not going to drag somebody who has no facts against them with no hard evidence. We aren't going to drag someone who has no hard evidence against them. So, let's press play. Let him show us the evidence that Trump has nothing to do with this.
Let's start with James Patterson. He's one of the most legendary authors in the history of American noveling. He's a member of Mar-a-Lago. He's known Trump for 40 years. And he said the moment that Trump found out that Jeffrey Epstein was a creep and a predator, he banned him on the spot that day.
This is insane. This is, I mean, this billionaire and all these young girls, and I want to write a book on it. And I got a couple of investigators, you know, because there have been rumors about Trump and President Clinton, et cetera. And there was absolutely nothing involving Trump or President Clinton with Epstein in terms of anything that I would put in the book. And I wouldn't put anything in the book that I didn't, 100% believe in. And I was on a plane at one point.
Deposit. He did say there was nothing he saw against Clinton's, which... Okay, so let's keep in mind that this guy might be a fibber, but let's take him at his face value. He never saw Hillary do anything. He never saw Bill do anything. He never saw Trump do anything.
And the woman sitting next to me, it turned out she ran the spa at Mar-a-Lago. And I said, did you ever run into Jeffrey Epstein there? She said, oh, yes. She said he wasn't a member, but he would come. And she said he was inappropriate with the young girls. And she said, I went to Mr. Trump, and Mr. Trump banned him that day. I mean, people are nuts in terms of, and they're so adamant about the stories. They go, well, everybody must have known in town that Epstein was. I'm going, why would you think that this guy would sit there spreading rumors that he was bringing 14-year-olds to his house?
Donald Trump banned Jeffrey Epstein that day from Mar-a-Lago. If you want any further proof that Donald Trump has nothing to hide with Jeffrey Epstein, Donald Trump was the only member of the Palm Beach community to assist in Jeffrey Epstein's original and successful prosecution for sex trafficking underage girls. Listen to the lawyer of Epstein's victims, the guy who got the case charged against Epstein that should have put him away for life because the feds. Listen to the lawyer of Epstein's victims, the guy who got the case charged.
The first time I heard it, I heard Epstein's lawyer, and that confused me. Like, why would Epstein's lawyer not defend Trump if he was trying to prove Epstein didn't ever do anything? But he said Epstein's victims' lawyers. That's a little bit more credibility.
Against Epstein that should have put him away for life. He got a sweetheart deal because the feds let Epstein out, not Donald Trump. Trump is the only person who picked up the phone and said, let's talk. He was very helpful in the information he gave. Donald Trump was the only person who helped put Jeffrey Epstein behind bars. He assisted. He had nothing to hide. He wanted Epstein locked up. He banned him from his club.
So when you hear that, right, when you hear he was the only one who wanted to help from Palm Beach, he's the only one that actually helped the case when it came to the victims and getting Epstein behind bars. It's also how we found a lot. God's telling me not to talk about this here. We found a lot of stuff about Hillary. But like I said, this is not a time for conspiracies, Heaven. Shut up. So here Newsweek posted on June 6th, so just this morning at 9:19 Eastern Time, Epstein's attorney, no info to hurt Trump. Jeffrey Epstein's defense attorney insisted authoritatively, unequivocally, and definitively that his client had no information to hurt President Donald Trump. Elon Musk alleged Thursday that the Department of Justice has not released the Epstein files because Trump's name is on them. Civil rights and criminal defense lawyer David Schoen took to X on Thursday night to refute such suggestions. Okay.
The other, I think, point that has to be made that's incredibly pragmatic here is if the Epstein files contained some type of sordid and dark and incriminating evidence against Donald Trump, you're telling me that Democrats who've controlled the government and the deep state for the better part of the last 20 years wouldn't have used the Epstein files to destroy Trump? You're telling me that they wouldn't have selectively leaked that and gotten that information out there? Instead, they went with the PP tape? That's what Posobic's saying. If Trump was in the Epstein files, it would have been released a decade ago. There wouldn't have been any need to make up the fake Russian hooker dossier. Jeez. I mean, listen, this is not good. I mean, I don't understand this battle. I don't understand this claim. You blithering idiot, says Raheem. We reposted that months ago. Also, it's been known for a long time. By in the Epstein files, you mean his phone number was in Epstein's book. This will be known as the most expensive tweet of all time. Well, here's the Tesla stock right now. That is crazy. cratering. Down 14% today. Yikes.
Tesla's stock is dropping like crazy. Elon is losing money from the government funds, and he's just losing it online. He has quite a few MAGA people asking now if this is all just a setup to help Tesla get their stock back and make it okay for liberals to buy Tesla cars again, because we saw how much it was damaging his work. Is Trump helping Elon get his company's reputation back?
I don't know, man. Everyone reading these posts. Yeah. I can't live in a world. I don't understand how one of the world's richest and clearly most intelligent men, there's no one who could deny that Elon Musk isn't a genius, but like, why? I don't know why you would do this. Trump cooking up his Elon clapback on Truth right now. Goodness gracious. Yeah, it's true though. Breaking, Vladimir Putin has offered to negotiate a peace deal between President Trump and Elon Musk. Okay.
Now we're joking.
Now we're getting divorced.
Should I pause this? Before we get into the jokes, I just want to say they're meeting for a phone call in a few hours, so I'll try to put an update in here before I post.
It's when there are two dads. Big balls from Doge when both Elon and Trump are calling him at the same time, and he's unsure of who he should send a voicemail. Oh no. In reply to Laura Loomer, Elon Musk reminds members of Congress that he's going to be around much longer than President Trump. Oh, and some food for thought. If they ponder this question, Trump has 3.5 years left as president, but I will be around for 40 plus years. Yikes. Kanye West, the voice of reason? Bros, please know
Kanye.
We love you both so much, says Kanye.
Kanye. That's wild. One of the accusations I heard, we weren't going to talk conspiracies, but I'm just going to drop a little one here. And like I said, if you guys want to hear my full conspiracies on Elon, Pam Bondi, and who else did I say? Oh yeah, Matt Gaetz. Those three have an interesting, not together, different separated conspiracies. What rabbit holes? What rabbit holes? Oh my god! If you guys have any more details on Pam Bondi, Matt Gaetz, any of those conspiracies, please let me know. Give me some more sources. There's nothing better than a good conspiracy.
My sentiment exactly is right here. America's better when Trump and Elon are working together as the most powerful political allyship in history. I hope all parties involved can get a room, get on the call, and get the best version of the bill possible. I'm okay with Elon Musk and President Trump debating the bill. You don't have to pick a side and burn each other. Being able to debate is a good thing, but it's going to get personal real fast. Speaking of cat turd, no matter if they disagree or not, I trust Elon and I trust President Trump. They're 100% trying to do the best to save the country. I 100% loathe Congress, Democrats, and Republicans. I don't trust 95% of them as far as I can throw them.
Okay, I'm pausing here. We're going to change videos, but before we do, I just want to say, now that he's bringing up Congress, Trump is the first president to never vote, to never create a law, to never mandate a law this far into his presidency. And everyone's wondering why. Like, literally, the two people who have done less than him this month, who have made less laws than him, one was assassinated and one, like, got sick and died. Like, Trump has made less laws than those two men. So my theory is he's trying to expose how shitty Congress really is so that the people will vote, so that we'll get up and vote for the midterms and start caring about our country for reals. Go to Congress, go talk at your freaking district meetings, making sure that you are involved in the actual politics of our country so that it can thrive. Because in order for us to thrive, we have to truly vote with intentions and knowing what's going on, not just blue no matter who, red or you'll be dead. We can't do that anymore. We have to look at the candidates, go over them, make sure they don't have vested interest in things against America, make sure they're a person of God because this is a godly country. Oh God. Yeah, I hate the state of Congress. just the fact that they have a liquor store / bar where they get to drink before they vote on bills, pass bills, edit bills, it disgusts me so much. It makes me feel like vile, like something's wrong deeply in our country. No, cat. Oh my god. Pancake, stop. You can't just scrub on my tripod like that. You can't just scrub on my tripod. You can't. Let's move on to our next video. Okay, and that's the PBD podcast.
That Elon's tweet about Epstein is purely trying to get under Trump's skin. It's because he knows something. Where do you think that tweet lies? Do you think there's credibility behind the tweet, or do you think he's just trying to get under the skin?
I think he's trying to getting under the skin because...
What's your ratio? 90-10 under skin?
90-10 under
credibility?
Skin. Because the left would have used the Epstein thing before Russian collusion.
Exactly. That's
There's
the point.
There's no way. Are you kidding? Yeah.
So
absolutely
where are
no
you
way.
at, Brandon?
Yeah, so I think there's two things here at once. I think that there's truth behind like the Trump Epstein connections, but not from the standpoint of him being on like the pedo list or anything like that. I think there is a lot of evidence to show that maybe Trump had a lot of blackmail stuff where he used blackmail against people because he was mentored by Roy Cohn. He bought the Plaza Hotel. He bought the boat from the international arms dealer Adnan Khashoggi. So those are things that were allegedly used for blackmail. So I think from that side of things, he could have been involved in that type of stuff, but not the child sex trafficking type of thing, obviously. And Elon, I don't think he's doing this for pure intentions to get under Trump's skin. I think this feels like a coup where Elon's been friends with Peter Thiel since the PayPal mafia days, and feels like a situation where maybe they were trying to get JD Vance in and they saw an angle to do that from that day of the assassination attempt, because like it's weird that JD Vance becomes the vice president the day after Elon strongly endorses Trump, and they loaded up Doge with Palantir employees. Now they have that Palantir Doge plan going forward, and maybe they were planning this entire time that the second that Trump isn't doing exactly what Elon wants, then they're going to execute this, because Elon wants a technocracy. He thinks that government should not be in charge, that private business owners like the tech elites should be in charge. So yeah, I think there's two things true at the same time. I think that like Trump, yeah, he did some stuff where maybe he used blackmail as a currency in the past, but I think Elon has dark intentions. He's not America first.
And real quick, how would they be able to get Trump out? Would the Epstein something list be able to get him impeached? I
don't think they will, because I think there's a reason that the Democrats didn't use that. Like, it's very telling that like it's not hard to find stuff that is weird about what Trump did during the 80s with buying certain properties and hanging out with certain people. The left never mentioned that once, and what that tells me is they do not want to touch that thread. Like the fact that they tried these far-fetched attempts to get him on overpricing real estate, and like this girl might have said something, this and that, and never even spoke about the Epstein list, tells me that they have a lot of friends, if not themselves, that are involved with that situation. I think this goes into both parties, and like they will not touch that with a 10-foot pole.
Yeah, because if the Democrats have had this for all this time, why didn't they use it? If you have the FBI Epstein list and they have it, Trump's on it, you don't think they're going to do something with it? And why does Trump have so much confidence to be as aggressive as he was running? If you're on that, Herman Cain, people found out Herman Cain had a mistress on the side and it was public. Within 5 minutes, he dropped that. Him and his wife were arguing in the RV. I don't know if you remember.
Yeah, I remember.
It was out.
So yeah, I just wanted to get these guys' perspectives. They have been keeping up with Trump for a very long time as well, reporting nonstop. So getting their perspective is important to me. I wanted to see what they were saying about it. And I got to agree. And like I said, a lot of Republicans went into this not trusting Elon's intentions. And Matt Gaetz and Pete Hegseth and JD Vance, they all have their very own, yes, one conspiracy about the group, okay? So who do we trust here? I only trust one of them. Well, technically, 3. And one of them doesn't matter. She's a Washington, D.C. district judge, so I love her, Judge Janine, okay? But she's not actually helping the president when it comes to national. I really trust Trump with his plans. He's proven himself nonstop, okay? He took a bullet for our country. He's been almost assassinated more times than I can count. And I trust more than that RFK Jr. Okay, RFK Jr. is the one I trust the mostest. And I really wish that they would just give him a break from HHS, maybe put Dr. Oz in charge for like 2 weeks, and just go put RFK Jr. to watch what's happening in the FBI and the CIA and the Epstein list. And don't let him know. Don't even let him know. Try to find a way to get him in there where they're like, why is he here? And they're wondering, but he's still able to see what's going on. I feel like RFK and Trump are the only ones I trust right now. JD Vance I know nothing about except for that he comes from the Appalachian Mountains, so for all I know he could be a skinwalker. Now last, I want to talk about the fact that Elon has had a lot of tiffs with other cabinet members since the very beginning. If you remember, Vivek and him got in a fight before Trump was even inaugurated, okay? And that was a wild one, right? They fought on Twitter right away, right there. There's Elon attacking him and acting outlandish right on Twitter. I think he might just be used to getting his way, right? He's a boy who has 14 baby mamas and a ton of money. I don't think he's used to hearing no. He also has autism, which we know. If you're having anxiety and you're going through like a moment, right? I used to take care of a lot of kids with autism, so I've seen those moments happen through children. Maybe this is what it looks like in a grown man, you know? What? Who knows? What I want to look at now, though, is if there was any other fights. Let me see what else they talked about here.
And there's a jet taking off right
No,
now
it's all
behind
good.
us.
Go ahead.
What was the question?
No, Brandon. So
Yeah.
why don't you do this, Brandon? Rob,
Yeah.
can you play the one clip Brandon has about Whitney Webb? You know which one I'm talking about. This one right here. So Whitney Webb, we've had her on a couple times. She's written some of the most interesting books that talks about technocracy. She doesn't even live in the States, but some of the stuff she says gets picked up, and it's very, very interesting. And when you do some research, what is in this clip here, Brandon?
So this is the first time I've ever heard Epstein be associated with Elon Musk. She says something I've never heard before about a reason why the Justice Department might not have been releasing certain things about Epstein and JP Morgan that were subpoenaed.
Okay, go for it, Rob.
Virgin Islands, because there was this case involving the U.S. Virgin Islands and JP Morgan as it related to Epstein. And that case got settled out of court, so it didn't go to trial. But I believe those documents would be very, very, very telling. But I would argue the reason they won't come out is because one of the people subpoenaed as part of that investigation was Elon Musk.
Oh, wow.
He wasn't necessarily accused of wrongdoing, but was subpoenaed because he was suspected of having had some sort of involvement with Epstein and JP Morgan. And there are allegations, of course, not really allegations, but, you know, it was reported, you know, before Musk was closely affiliated with Trump that Epstein had been advising Tesla and was part of this effort in 2018 to take Tesla private. With Gulf oil money or Saudi money. And at the time, Epstein was advising Mohammed bin Salman, the crown prince of Saudi Arabia, and was also known to have a close relationship with the elite families of the United Arab Emirates. And also.
So we have the United Arab Emirates and the Saudis tied to JP Morgan. That gives me so much to look into for the Hillary stuff. Oh my God, I'm so excited. You guys, I have to stop it there because then we're going to end up in a rabbit hole. I cannot go down. There's 2 minutes on my card. I got to get it ready for school. Whew! What do you guys think? Do you think that Epstein has ties to Trump and Elon? Is it just Trump? Is it just Elon? Do you think they're trolling all of us just to force Pam Bondi's hand into getting to fucking work? I pray that's the answer. I really do, because Pam Bondi sucks. Yeah, she's a pretty face, but she ain't done shit. I want to know your guys' theories. comments, add anything below, even give me some sources, some details. Tell me what you guys think.
Information actually caused me to go in a spiral so big that I left so much out of this video, so we're just going to take a second to go over a few things. Now, I want to start with the simple fact that just because Elon and Trump both have ties to Epstein does not mean they are implicated in either of these cases. However, Elon really should have thought about it before he started going crazy on Twitter and dumping a bunch of just useless word vomit. The Democrats have been nothing but lost since November, and they are now taking this narrative and running with it. So just make sure you don't forget. The Democrats were the ones who told you Elon was running Trump and that Trump actually was just a puppet for Elon. Does that seem true now? They also were the ones to tell us that Elon was going to fund himself with all that he could because he was in Doge and that he was able to access everything. He was going to be able to benefit from this. Once again, they have been proven wrong. In my opinion, Trump stuck to his guns and made sure that the EV was coming out of the bill. He's said it from the very beginning. It is a Green New scam, not a Green New Deal. And we need to stick with oil instead of ruining our planet with all these false inventions. With all of these new narratives coming out, all I can do is hope Pam Bondi may be getting either a fire put under her butt or getting fired very soon. Now, lastly, I have an update about today's phone call between Elon Musk and Donald Trump. So let's go over to Fox News with Doocy, and he's going to give us the rundown.
There was some reporting today about the possibility of a Trump and Elon Musk phone call to make nice. Aides are telling me that is not something they are tracking. It's possible that some staffers might try to talk to Musk, but no Trump and Musk call, at least not that we know about. We did hear from the president yesterday, and he didn't sound mad, but he sounded disappointed.
And their disagreement spilling over into the public.
And possibly who runs NASA is a big deal, too. So could a big, beautiful truce be in the works, or will that divide deepen?
Peter Doocy is live at the White House with the details. Peter?
And we have so much more to report about this just since we talked in the last hour. So when you walk to the broadcasting tents here on the north side, you see West Executive Drive. That's the driveway between the White House and the old executive office building. There is a Tesla there that President Trump bought during a Tesla demo on the South Lawn a few months ago to try to help Elon Musk's business while it was being vandalized. We're told that Tesla, still sitting there, the red Tesla with Florida tags, is either going to be given away or sold off. And we are told that it was about a month that Elon Musk was wearing thin on Trump. So
is Elon Musk going to start his own party? Are they both just trolling us and trying to get us to pay attention to the Epstein list so that they can finally drop? Share below what you guys think. I really do hope that they're both just trolling us and that there's 200 million eyes on the Epstein files waiting to be dropped. And I mean, we did see Rudy Giuliani just posted a video calling out Pam Bondi on her lack of work. He picked up Hunter Biden's laptop and said, "Hey man, what are you doing? You had this for a year. Get to work." Yeah. So yeah, I gotta go before I get way too suckered into this. You guys have the best day ever, and let me know your thoughts below.